know what truly separates the thought leaders who build massive audiences from everyone else? It's not just better content. It's not more social platforms. It's something far more profound, and almost nobody talks about it. Right now, thousands of talented professionals are trapped in a painful cycle. They are creating content they hate day after day. They are burning out trying to maintain presence across too many platforms. And worst of all, the needle isn't moving. I see it everywhere. Entrepreneurs and experts posting consistently for months or even years without significant growth. Their ideas are solid. Their expertise is real. But their approach is fundamentally broken. Here's why this matters. In today's economy, your ability to be recognized as a thought leader directly impacts your earning potential, your business growth, and your career opportunities. When you are invisible, you are replaceable. Think about the last time you hired someone, bought a product, or invested in a course. Did you choose the unknown option or the recognized authority? We all gravitate towards those we perceive as leaders. The average entrepreneur or professional is losing tens of thousands of dollars annually, sometimes much more, by remaining invisible in their industry. But the cost goes beyond money. It's the creeping doubt that maybe your ideas aren't valuable enough. It's a frustration of watching others with less experience gain massive followings. It's a constant wondering if you're just not cut out for this. I've seen creators who spend years creating content with minimal results, only to transform their presence in months with the right approach. The difference wasn't working harder, it was working differently. What if I told you the problem isn't your content, it's your mindset? Remember when you first started in your career or business? Remember that feeling of being an imposter, of not belonging among the real professionals? Most people never escape that mental trap when it comes to thought leadership. Here's a breakthrough insight that changed everything. Thought leadership isn't about what you do, it's about who you become. When a friend of mine first came to me, he felt like he was acting when positioning himself as an expert. I'm a different person in my videos than in real life, he confessed. This internal conflict was paralyzing his content strategy. What he didn't realize was that we all naturally shift our communication depending on context. You don't speak to your friends the same way you speak to investors. You don't write emails the same way you have casual conversations. This isn't inauthentic, it's human. The most successful thought leaders have simply mastered this natural ability and applied it strategically to their content. There's a fascinating psychological principle at work here. Your conscious mind can only process about 50 bits of information per second, while your unconscious processes 11 million bits. When you're creating content from a place of self-doubt, those precious 50 bits of conscious attention are consumed by your insecurities. There's nothing left for strategic thinking or creative expression. But when you adopt a thought leadership mindset, something remarkable happens. Your attention shifts from your doubts to your audience's needs. Suddenly, you're operating from a different level of thinking. This isn't positive thinking or manifestation, it's neuroscience. You become what you consistently focus on. Gary Vaynerchuk, Seth Godin, Mary Forleo, they aren't superhuman content machines. They have simply aligned their identity with their expertise in a way that makes consistent content creation natural rather than forced. The traditional approach to thought leadership starts with tactics. Post 3 times a week, use these hashtags, follow this template. But tactics without identity transformation is like putting premium fuel in a broken engine. It might run slightly better, but it won't get you where you want to go. Most entrepreneurs float in the dangerous middle, not fully committed to strategic authority building, not completely ignoring it either. They create sporadic content without a cohesive vision. They distribute randomly without measuring impact. This middle path is where brands go to die slowly. Not dramatic enough to force change, not successful enough to create momentum. Instead of jumping straight to how-to tactics, let me share the 4 pillars that create lasting transformation in your thought leadership approach. Vision. This isn't just what you want to be known for. It's the North Star that pulls your attention away from self-doubt. Without a compelling vision, your content will always feel scattered and inauthentic. Clarity. A lack of confidence comes from a lack of clarity. When you know exactly what steps to take next, anxiety dissolves. Your attention narrows to what matters most. Identity. The person who can achieve your vision isn't who you are today, it's who you must become. This isn't about pretending, it's about consciously expanding into your next level of expertise. Implementation. Only after establishing the first 3 pillars do tactical actions create lasting results. Your thought leadership identity naturally creates valuable content when activated strategically. Imagine waking up 6 months from now with a completely different relationship to your content. Imagine creating from a place of authority rather than insecurity. Imagine having your ideal audience actively seeking your insights rather than scrolling past them. This isn't fantasy. It's what happens when you approach thought leadership as an identity transformation rather than a marketing tactic. I've seen creators transform from invisible experts to respected authorities in their fields, not by working 80-hour weeks or hiring expensive agencies, but by fundamentally changing how they view themselves and their expertise. A creator in the finance industry went from struggling to publish a monthly newsletter to becoming a sought-after speaker and writer, all within 9 months of implementing this approach. Another in the health space tripled their audience and doubled their revenue by shifting their identity before changing a single tactic. If you're currently creating content that isn't moving the needle, it's not because you lack expertise or talent. It's because you're approaching thought leadership from the wrong perspective. You don't need more platforms. You don't need more tools. You don't even need more time. You need a fundamental shift in how you view your relationship with your audience and your expertise. This isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about becoming more fully who you are capable of being. The thought leaders you admire didn't start out as authorities. They built their position step by step, starting with this exact mindset shift we are discussing. So, what's the one action that begins this transformation? It's making the conscious decision to step into your expertise identity before you feel ready. This doesn't mean claiming credentials you don't have. It means communicating from the perspective of your highest professional self, the one who has valuable insights to share, who sees patterns others miss, who can guide others through challenges you have personally overcome. When you communicate from this place, your content naturally becomes more compelling. Your confidence grows not from false bravado, but from consistent aligned action. Your audience begins to respond differently because they sense the shift in your energy. This isn't about waiting until you feel ready to position yourself as a thought leader. It's about positioning yourself as a thought leader so that you can become ready. Thought leadership isn't a short-term marketing tactic. It's a career-long asset that appreciates over time. Unlike paid advertising that stops working the moment you stop paying, authority continues working for you 24/7. The professionals who commit to this approach find that doors begin opening without effort. Opportunities find them rather than requiring constant pursuit. Their work becomes more meaningful and impactful because it reaches the right people. This is why investing in your thought leadership identity is the highest leverage move you can make in your professional development. It transforms not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. I've shared only the framework today, but implementing this approach requires depth and personalization. If you're ready to transform how you approach thought leadership, I invite you to check out the Personal Branding Mastery. If you've always wanted to start a personal brand online but lack resources and direction, this is a sign you have been looking for. Any questions you may have regarding building your personal brand will be covered inside. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more insights on building meaningful authority in your industry. Remember, your thought leadership journey isn't about becoming someone new. It's about becoming more fully who you already are at your best.